Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron. I'm a product manager at StackGen, and today I will show you a little bit about what we've been building on StackHealer, which is our incident remediation agent and product. So here you'll see the homepage of StackHealer, where we can see all the relevant alerts that we have ongoing within our system. And we can see here that there is currently an ECS memory container leak that's throwing HTTP 500 errors. So let's go ahead and dive into this investigation. So when you first dive into the investigation, StackHealer will analyze all of the incoming data and conduct a preliminary investigation. So there's a lot of information. So let's go back up and go through it slowly. So we can see here that there is a critical incident. We have gathered the relevant CloudWatch metrics. So we can see that memory usage is high. There's about 1,200, 500 errors and a lot of restarts. And now StackHealer will pull all the relevant information from StackGen core, including the service that this is part of, the team, and even what language and even the commit that is currently active for this specific service. We'll also identify the relevant policies for this particular service. So we can see here that we were able to determine that GDPR is active for this specific service, where European customer data must remain within European infrastructure. And so here there is also a diagram based on the initial findings on what StackHealer thinks is the issue. So you can see here that there's a load balancer going to three separate containers. Container A and B are part of Europe, and they both point to a database that's in Europe. And container A is healthy, but container B has a memory leak, and container C handles the United States traffic that goes to a database that stays within the United States as well. So we can see here that there is a memory leak for container B, and in fact it's running the version 2 of the specific code for this service, such that it looks like there was a canary rollout, and maybe in the new version there's some sort of memory leak and performance is degrading. So we can see here that we'll automatically pull, hey, what has been the most recent code deploy? Let's pull up the GitHub commit for that. And then we can also look at the data from the continuous deployment service. So here, this is Argo CD, but this could very well be Jenkins, Harness, so on and so forth. And now we'll start the recovery step. So we will now analyze what is potentially a reason for throwing the error. So we can see here that StackHealer now analyzes the memory usage pattern, and we can see that the load balancer health check is misconfigured. So it's set to 10 seconds, but the memory leak causes timeouts after 8 to 12 seconds. And we will automatically suggest the most viable recovery plan. Recovery in this instant means getting your business back up and running as fast as possible. So here, StackHealer will recommend rerouting European traffic away from container B. However, due to compliance policies, I need to check the routing options, and this is where GDPR comes into play. So here, in this situation, StackGen and StackHealer understands that we cannot route traffic from Europe to United States. So in the recovery step, we need to reroute container B to container A because they're both within the European boundaries. Thus, you satisfy the GDPR requirements. So we can see here that StackHealer is now recommending a Terraform update where we comment out the actual service, or rather the target for service B, such that all of the European traffic will now go to container A. But now you have an extra question, like how can container A even handle the full EU load? So in this situation, we will we would gather the information about utilization. We will look at auto scaling, what has been the historical usage patterns, and make that determination whether or not container A can handle the initial traffic. StackHealer thinks that it can, so let's go ahead and look at the recovery plan and execute it. And so here, StackHealer will then implement the recovery plan, changing the Terraform, applying it, and then will automatically pull metrics from production to understand, has the recovery been successful? And after about 10 minutes, we can see that container A now receives all European traffic, container C receives all United States traffic, and we have now saved ourselves the huge headache of manually remediating this incident ourselves. And this is before we move on to the next step of RCA, which we'll talk about in a different video. If you want to learn more, don't forget to visit our website at stackgen.com. Thank you. See you.